Hello everyone. In today's module, we will be looking at broadleaf evergreens. Broadleaf evergreens are used in the landscape in several ways: around foundations, as specimen plants, as hedges, along sidewalks and entrances, in woodlands, and various ways that soften the edges of the home. Culture requirements determine growth and success of broadleaf evergreen plants. Make sure to have the landscape bed with a good drainage system running through them. The plant should be kept moist. Mulching at this point is very important. The location from a sunny area to a shelter area to a windy area should be taken into consideration for your broadleaf plants to be successfully planted. Soil and fertilizers. Remember, any good loam is satisfactory for most broadleaf evergreen plants. However, fertilizer should be used in small amounts. Fertilizer is added in the spring, but there are some varieties of plants out there that will require fertilizer whenever they are planted. Check the labels. Chinese and Japanese holly requires more fertilizer than most broadleaf evergreens would. When transplanting your plants, take into consideration the root system. Make sure that the roots are in close contact with a very moist soil. The hole for the broadleaf evergreens should be between 12 to 18 inches in spacing. Try to plant your evergreens in the same depth or slightly higher than it was growing before. The soil at the bottom of the hole should be kept firm and solid. When transplanting, you want to avoid poorly drained or alkaline soil, raised beds, or above the soil line. You want to plant into well-drained topsoil of the proper pH. And finish off your planting by using your hands to firmly compact the soil into the hole. Watered well using a very low pressure but well water soak into the soil and mulch around the plants immediately. This will help to keep the moisture of the plants in. A quick overview of pruning. There are many reasons for pruning. For example, you want to give a special effect, or you want to thicken or bush it up the plant. There are some plant species that are very difficult to prune. You have the winter holidays where you will use prunings to just take enough little snippet here and there. There are also the rhododendron, where a flush of growth stops and you want to use pruning to be able to cut away things that will cause it to stop growing but to bring it back again to life. Insects and diseases. There are a few insects and diseases out there that are very damaging to your plants. Chewing insects may feed on leaves, causing some disfigurement. Except on small plants, this is seldom serious enough to require spraying. But if you plant in a certain way, the plants will not have these diseases because the insects will not want to go there. Mites and small sucking insects. Most serious pests that attack broadleaf evergreens attack the lower surface of the plant. They do this by sucking the chlorophyll out of the plants. Leaves appear white or yellow. You have to look under a very powerful microscope to see some of these tiny mites. Mites and small sucking insects. They can be controlled by using insecticides, soap or spray, cottonseed oil, all sorts of things. Soapy water helps as well. You can use some very heavy insecticides out there, but try using things that might be natural or organic first. Fungus and diseases. Keep an eye out for leaf spots, rust, or diebacks. spray just after the bloom, and again spray within 10 days using a systemic fungicide. The repeated pattern of spraying will help to keep down the leaf spots, the rust, and the dieback, and keep you a healthy plant. Insect and diseases can be very difficult, so you have something called the spreader stickers. This is where a chemical is added to the pesticide. It breaks down into small droplets and you can spread it evenly over the plants. Shiny leaves are very hard for them to get completely wet, but the ordinary broadleaves is okay, you can get them wet. Ordinary soap or detergent can be used to be added to this, and you can spread it over your plants to keep diseases and insects away. Winterizing. Broadleaf plants usually suffer from winter burns. Sometimes you may see your azaleas and think, oh, my azaleas are dying. Well, no, it is because it's getting nearer to the winter and it is suffering from the cold, drying wind. The winds can be so strong, it fluctuates in temperature, and then you have the soil freezing and thawing going on, and all of this, causes the broadleaf plants to suffer from winter burns. But there are things you can do to help your plants during this time. Use an anti-dissectant spray. It is available on the market. Other methods such as planting your plants carefully in the late fall, making sure that it is well watered, place a protective barrier around your plants, and establishing a well maintenance landscaping program to winterize your plants over the winter. In summary, we discuss how the broadleaf evergreens add texture when used with narrowleaf evergreens. These plants range in various sizes, from large trees to dwarf small plants, like your giant arborvitae to your small junipers. The range of sizes helps the landscaper to make a wonderful selection because they are not limited in choices. The dark green foliage provides beauty in the northern climate. These broadleaf evergreens and narrowleaf evergreens are wonderful plants to work with as a landscaper. That will be all for today's lecture. Hope to see you next time. Goodbye and have a beautiful day.